Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce reiterate. So this was a request from one of our viewers, as most of our Word of the Day videos are. And the word reiterate has a little bit of a different pronunciation than some other words that begin with RE. I do have a number of videos explaining the RE prefix. In this case, it's meaning to do again, so we have iterate and reiterate. Now, in that case, I was stressing more on re than we naturally would, but the re syllable does have a little bit of stress, and that means the letter E is going to say the E sound here, versus other words with RE that have more of a R sound, a reduced vowel here. You do want to say reiterate. It's also probably the case because we have the I vowel right after the E vowel. So when I'm saying re, you might notice there is a little bit of a y sound, a glide that happens between those two forward, bright, high vowels. So between the E and the I, I naturally have a little bit of a glide sound sneaking in there. That's how we write the y sound in IPA, because I'm linking between those two vowels. I don't have to do it strongly. I don't need any extra y sound, but just notice that reiterate, re, is going to have a little bit of glide there. My letter I in reiterate is the lax I sound, and here it's the stressed vowel, so the id syllable is long. The reiterate, erate, other syllables are shorter. The first and last syllables are shorter. I've written it here with the letters DD because this T is what's called a flap. So in words where the T is in the middle and it's followed by an unstressed syllable, you're often going to have that flap sound. I write it as D because we do the same thing with D. So for example, in a word like wedding, those D's are a flap. In a word like wetter, those T's are also a flap. So for many people, if they think D, they're going to get this sound correct. So iterate, thinking of it as a D. Then the erate syllable, we have the R between a schwa and the A diphthong. So you can try ate, rate, erate. You want to just move smoothly back and forth before and after that R sound. You can also think about it as re-id-er-ate, if that's easier for you, or re-id-rate, if that's easier for you. But just any place that there's an R in between two vowels, you need to move smoothly in and out of that tight back American R. Make sure you use the tense long diphthong ate, even though it's not stressed there. And then at the end, reiterate. The T is probably going to be stopped. We don't necessarily need to release the air there. Not reiterate, but reiterate. That's how we typically would do it. Of course, what happens with the T depends on what's next. If I'm saying reiterate it, then my T is also going to be another flap sound. Reiterate that. I'm going to use more of a stopped T. You can learn more about what T does in the middle and ends of words in my video for American T videos. Also, in our Sounds of English course on SpeechModification.com, I walk you through all of the sounds of English, spelling, sound patterns, accent error patterns, and help you build a strong foundation to pronounce any word you want in American English. Check out our Sounds of English course and all of our courses on SpeechModification.com. I keep all of the online courses either free or available for under $2, so they're just a really good resource that you can go to inexpensively to work on pronunciation and accent for American English. Once you can say reiterate by itself, do try practicing in some short phrases just so it comes smoothly and naturally to you in everyday speech. I can't reiterate that enough, that it's important to practice, because often you go to talk and even when you've mastered a word by itself, it still comes out with the old patterns or the old habits. So building your way slowly up into everyday speech is a really important part of making those changes. If you have a request you'd like to see me cover in the Word of the Day series, feel free to leave that in the comments for this video or any of my videos. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and especially for subscribing and those of you who have joined the channel. I really appreciate your support. It helps speech modification grow and reach more people, and it's a wonderful way for me to know what to cover to help you, the viewer. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's Word of the Day class, as well as on Saturday in our live question and answer class. You can find all of those upcoming classes on our channel page, Speech Modification Seattle. I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. SpeechModification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.